Hey everybody, thanks for everyone coming. Everyone on Facebook Live, thank you for tuning in. This is going to be our first live full demo. Last month we did something similar to this, but now everything's going to be live. So we have our first chef on board. If you want to introduce yourself.
I am Chef Marina. I am the proud owner of Your Organic Energy.
And where are you located?
I am located at 8259 South Kedzie in Chicago.
Gotcha.
We can be reached at 312-868-8752.
Awesome. I want to say a special shout out to Tanya, John, Dion, and Jeff for helping put this together. This is our fourth one and last one of the year. It has been a fun ride. Hopefully we can do more of these next year. But the goal is to transition into more of a live podcasting version of this. So look forward to more of those. And then later on I'll introduce our second chef up. But first up, like Miss Parks, Chef Parks is up. What do we have on the board today? What are we working on today?
Today we are making, we have lasagna soup.
Lasagna soup. Oh, that sounds great.
Yep, lasagna soup.
Where's the inspiration come from that?
Well, it comes. So first, let me be honest. I was gonna make tacos.
You can't go wrong with tacos ever. Good comfort
But
food.
then I said, this is the holiday. Let's do something comforting.
Okay.
And I was like lasagna soup. So
Works.
that's where it came from.
Awesome. And then tell us a little bit more about Inorganic G. I know you're located on like 83rd and Kedzie, right? Mm-hmm. How long have we been open?
We've been open for 10 months.
Okay.
We are going on our year, February the 13th. I'm
Awesome.
so happy and just elated that we are going on that. We're moving forward with my daughter's help. She's in the building.
You are also a graduate of 5.0, Foodlab 5.0.
I am.
6.0 starting soon. Our next featured chef will be a participant of the 6.0 cohort. That'll be starting in January the 27th. We'll kick it off with the menu engineering course. But I'm going to let you take over from here. I'll step off. Just go through the nourishments, the health contents, all of the above, and the reasons, the ins and outs, and why. I can leave this here for you if you want, if that's easier.
That's probably easier
Cool.
because my laptop keeps going off. So, like I said, we are Organic Energy, and we're located, I already told you, 8259 South Kedzie. We are a plant-based salad and juice bar. We have a full salad bar, mostly raw. We have some cooked items that are cooked to order on our menu. We just have to let me know what you want, and it's yours. We have juices, smoothies, herbal teas, and mushroom coffee. Aaliyah has mastered the whole juice bar. We do also have desserts, and we have refreshers. All of our refreshers and our desserts are sugar-free. We have no refined sugar in the house at all. We have no soy products in the house. And it's because I found myself allergic to it about 6 years ago. Didn't know what I was allergic to. Doctors gave me 3 inhalers and an EpiPen and sent me on my way. But then I realized that all of my coughing and wheezing was coming from cheese, eggs, butter, and soy. So I eliminated all of it out of my diet. Working as an executive chef in the hospitals, I'm walking with patients that has the same allergies that I have. I have to go, talk to them with the dietitians to find out what their allergies were so I can make sure I execute their diet properly and they're not getting sick on my watch. So that was my main concern. And then moving forward, my daughter, Aaliyah, she always says she's my favorite child. But she got sick with cancer. So, of course, she's my favorite child now because, it's your child. And you want to know, what can I do to help? So her and my mother both was sick with cancer at the same time. And unfortunately, my mother didn't survive it. My daughter did. And she's in remission. But we changed the diet. And we used sea moss and a lot of different herbs to make sure, she's alkaline. And that kind of brought on the idea of Your Organic Energy, because it's about your energy and what you're bringing to you, not nobody else, because I'm not trying to make you vegan, just trying to make you healthy. And with being healthy, it might end up being vegan because everything that they're giving us, I don't want to get sued or anything, but everything that's in the different foods that they have now is processed. And the process is making our bodies react to it. And that's one of the things that was happening to me because I said once before, I was like, I'm allergic to processed foods because every time I eat something, I would get sick. The allergy for me, I lost my breath. Me and Aaliyah went to lunch one day, and she had a piece of cake. I love sweets. And she had a chocolate cake, and I said, let me just get a bite, and because I love it. And I got a small little bite, and literally, I lost my breath. She looking at me, I'm looking at her. We like, oh my God, I'm finna die in this store. But, I got my inhaler, and, I got through it. But from there, it's like you just stop. And, I still go back from time to time, but it got to be worth it. Has to be worth it. So that was one thing that we did. Our customers, what we're looking for is health-conscious people that want to change their diet, want to eat better, want to make sure they're getting the right nutrition. With our plant-based raw salad bar, of course, I'm giving you everything that you possibly can have. I'm probably missing some things. If you come to the shop and you see it's not on there, of course, I'm going to make sure we get it on the menu. The things that we offer, like I said, we offer a full salad bar. We offer dishes to cook. We offer the juice bar with the juices and smoothies and the herbal teas and the mushroom coffee. We make our own in-house mushroom coffee, and it's really, really good. So we do have that. We make our own potato chips, and our potato chips is made with grapeseed oil instead of the other oils because I realized I'm allergic to the soy, so I cannot eat any, fried, I love French fries. I can't eat it. If not, I have an allergy. So I know that other people, some people have the same allergies, but they're not realizing or even connecting that with that. So we have all of our desserts is sugar-free, like I said, and we make our own milk. We make our sea mosses to order. So if you want them different flavors, we can give you a flavor, it's to order. So we don't have it just sitting on the shelf because nothing's sitting on the shelf. Everything is cold, ready to cook for you in a couple minutes. It don't take me that long to do it. And then we make our own immunity shots, of course. So that's what we offer. And then we do catering. You can rent out our space. We have a couple people that rented out our space and they really enjoyed it. And they had got, I cook for them. I'm the chef for the day, so I'll cook for them. We have cooking classes. I'm the chef for the day, but it's just not a cooking class. It's an involved cooking class. So you have to help me. You're my sous chef, so you're helping me cook what it is that we're cooking for the day. And then we do meal preps. And we have, 3-day meal preps, 7-day meal preps, 21-day meal preps. And it goes pretty well because people want that help. It's for that busy person that want help for the day because they're so busy. Again, the quality of ingredients. We do not use soy, and I will stand on that. We do not do soy. We do not use refined sugar. And we try to do environmentally promote environmentally food. I got confused. I'm sorry, y'all. And no processed foods. It's processed foods. I mean, Nikki just asked me today about pasta. We'll be making pasta in the new year to come because it's kind of a processed food. But processed foods that I'm saying is processed foods that you take out of a bag and they put together. There's like 10 different ingredients in it, and you don't know what it is. We don't have that. Our meats that we have is mushrooms and jackfruit is what we deal with, and mostly our mushroom is portobello, lion's mane, shiitake, and we use oyster mushroom and and Shoot, I forgot. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of a mushroom that I have that we have on the menu. It's
Lion's mane?
no, I said lion's mane,
Shiitake.
oyster mushroom, and I can't think of it. I'm gonna think of it after the class. So no,
That's usually
no
what
worries.
happens.
No worries. So the social media, our marketing strategies is word of mouth, flyers, the social media platforms, and also food influencers. So we had a couple food influencers that came up. We had Rasta Pasta that came out for us.
Ooh.
We also had the Black Foodies came out, which was amazing. All of them was amazing. And the other young man, Chicago Eats, came out and did a thing on us. So that was really, really nice. Got our business really going really nicely. So it's appreciative. I'm very, very appreciative about it. So the principles at Organic Energy, we're here to serve the community, to heal the community, one plate at a time. Trying to make you think differently, not trying to turn you into a vegan or vegetarian, or, it's your choice. It's your energy. So you have to realize what you want and for yourself for the rest of your life. So you can, because everybody right now is like vegan, 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 and your body might not be a vegan body. So you can go, whatever direction you want to go to. It's about you and your choices. I have a really dear friend of mine that love meat, but she also loved my pot pies. And she's here today. And people have come in talking about, I want the pot pie, I want the pot. Janice brought me in here for this pot pie. And it's jackfruit and mushrooms. Trumpet mushrooms.
Trumpet mushrooms.
Trumpet mushrooms. Yeah, we have trumpet mushrooms. I said it was going to come to me. So that concludes our presentation for our hub. But I don't know why I'm messing up so bad today.
It's okay. Let's walk through the lasagna soup.
Okay.
Give me the ins and outs. Where'd the idea come from?
So the idea came from, it actually came from, like I said, it came from me wanting to do something that was more hearty.
More hearty. Okay.
Something more hearty. Like I said, I wanted to do tacos, and because it's fun, and people look for things to eat during the holiday that's quick and easy. And I just said, you know what? I'm just going to do the lasagna soup because
that was going to be my question. So this is a quick and easy recipe.
It's a very quick and easy recipe. It's a one-pot shot. Everything goes in one pot, and it's really quick.
Awesome.
You don't have to worry about this pot, that pot. I got to wash all these dishes. It's only one pot to wash.
That's awesome.
So that's it. So I'm going to walk you through the
one-pot lasagna soup.
Yeah, I'm going to walk you through the one-pot lasagna soup. So first of all, I have walnuts. So the walnuts I have in here, this is our meat, this is our protein. Mm-hmm. So what you do is you do overnight, you soak them overnight. So once they're soaked overnight, once they're soaked overnight, they should look like this. That's when they're soaked overnight.
The walnuts, what are you soaking them in?
Water.
Just water?
Just plain old water.
Just to kind of, well, I guess not rehydrate them, but to
You're not
just get them
rehydrating,
soggy.
you're getting them soft.
Soft, okay.
You're getting them soft, so you're going to cook them down. So once they soak overnight, I chop them up. So a lot of people don't have food processors. They don't have, I need my knife. They don't have food processors or blenders or whatever, but you can also chop them down with your hand if you have to. And you just put them on your board. And it's just a rough chop. You don't even. It's not even a chef chop. Cool. It's just a rough.
So they still have some crunch to them.
These are the hard ones.
Those are the hard ones.
These are the hard ones. This is before you, but you can do this before, or you can do it after. It doesn't matter.
Does it matter the type of water that you soak it in, like whether it's tap water, filtered water?
No, but I always use alkaline water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's always the best route.
that's just my personal preference. And anything at Organic Energy, we use an alkaline machine. I have an alkaline machine that I use, and I use it for everything, even cooking. I do. I sell the alkaline water.
And how much, where we can find this at?
At Organic Energy. So anybody got questions on the nuts?
No?
So, okay.
If, say someone doesn't like walnuts, is there another alternative?
It's another alternative. You can do
Hazelnuts? Walnuts?
you can do hazelnut. I would suggest, because it's a nice flavor to it, and that's pecans.
Okay, gotcha.
Pecans has a really nice flavor. The walnuts I always use, because I use these for my walnut tacos as well.
Oof,
So,
those are good.
And I just kind of grabbed these and said, hey, I'm going to use this. But, either or you can even use mushrooms, because
Gotcha.
it's a vegan plant-based meal. So you can use, it's your energy. So whatever you bring into your energy, whatever you want to do, it's on you. It's nothing wrong. You have no wrong, no right or wrong. So once that's done, I got my pot here. I have to take it off the stove a little bit. And I already chopped everything up. I have all of my seasonings here. So of course, I'm gonna put my oil in here. And I'm gonna put some garlic in here, because garlic make everything taste good. And I skipped a step, and I skipped a step, so I'm gonna go backwards. So I'm gonna take this off the eye, because I don't wanna burn my garlic. But I have my onions, and I also have my peppers. So with my onion, I'm gonna take my onion and I'm gonna cut it in half. And I'm gonna lay the flat side on the board. And I'm gonna take this onion and I'm gonna cut off the end piece. And I'm gonna also cut off the other end. And what I do is, and for the sake of the class, I didn't do this today. For my ends, nothing's garbage to me, because I'm so cheap. Very cheap. Enrique always tell me that I'm cost effective. No, I'm cheap. Janice knows that I'm cheap. So with that, this is not garbage to me. It might be garbage to somebody else, but this is my stock. It's part of my stock. So I'm gonna save that, put it in a bag. I put it in the freezer until I get a lot of it, and then boil it all together with water and any seasons that I want. Garlic, salt, pepper, any herbs, and I put it in there. So I keep it. And also I have a small garden, and it's part of my compost as well. So I don't throw anything away. So with my onion, I take my onion and I slice it, because I want dices. So I'm slicing this, and then I turn it around and I slice it because I want dice. So now I have diced onions, okay? So I'm gonna throw this in the pot.
And it's the entire onion.
It's the entire onion.
Gotcha.
But since I'm not gonna use the entire onion
Today.
But
the full recipe calls for it. Gotcha.
the full
Perfect.
recipe calls for an entire onion. So I'm just gonna use a half of an onion. So I have my pepper, and I take my pepper and I cut it down the center, and I just cut it like this, opposed to cutting it the other way, and I'll cut the other one the other way, and I just take my fingers and I pull that out. Again, because I'm cheap.
Cost
because
effective.
I want the whole pepper. I don't want little pieces, because I'm taking it all. And it's much easier, because now I have this. And then when I do this one, so if I do it like this way, and I cut this off, now I have this, but now I have to take this out. Then I got to take this out. It's too many steps for me. So it's easier for me to do it that way. So take this off the board. So I have my red pepper. Sorry. And I slice that. And I'm only going to use half of it, because I'm only using half of an onion. So I slice that, and then I turn it and I slice it again, because I want small cubes. And I put that in my pot. We only using one pot. And then I have my green. And I'm going to do the same thing, the same cut. And I'm gonna put that in the pot. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna bring this back here to the eye and let that saute. And while that's sauteing and getting translucent is just taking it to another level, and the onions are getting softer, and the color changes a little bit. So it's a big word, but it's nothing. The color just changing. It's okay. So once that's cooking, I'm gonna turn that up just a little bit so we can get that aroma and that smell. And while that's cooking, I just throw in my nuts that I chopped up, okay? Because I want to cook all that together.
So by soaking the walnuts overnight, makes them spongy, so also porous, so it'll absorb all the flavor.
It'll absorb all the flavors to it, and that's any nut that you want or mushroom.
Okay.
It'll absorb it, but you don't want to soak a mushroom. A mushroom is already water.
Yeah.
So we don't want to soak that at all. So you use that. You use it the day of.
Got it.
Can you soak the walnuts in a broth or a bean?
You can.
A bone broth?
You can, but this is going to cook for 45 minutes in a broth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can, but you don't have to.
Okay.
So you're going to get the same effect,
Gotcha.
but you definitely can. So once that's going, and if you see that, it looks like ground beef.
Yeah.
So you're eating ground beef. It's a mindset.
You want to give it a little show to the camera?
Uh-oh.
So I lift it up.
Uh-oh.
So they can
Here we
see?
go. So it looks like ground beef.
It really does.
So even if you're making regular lasagna, you can layer your lasagna with this. Once you're done, you can layer it, and you should be okay. So once that's cooking, I take my broth, and I'm also going to have some, take my broth, and I put my broth in here. I need a cup. I didn't bring a measuring cup. I'm just going to put a little bit, a little water.
Confirming, is that veggie broth?
Yes, it's a veggie broth. And usually, like I said, I make my own veggie broth with my scraps. That way, and it's a method to my madness too, because working in hospitals, you just think about things like that, because a lot of people are on low sodium diets. When you buy this veggie broth, you got about 500 grams of sodium in this veggie broth. So you have to be careful, because in our communities, we're mostly the ones that's on high blood pressure pills. And this is why, and it's because this is how we were taught to eat. And but trying to cook from scratch, it's hard, but it's worth it, because when you make your broth, you make a lot of it. You freeze it. So when you take it out, you label it, you freeze it, you take it out, and you have it. So you don't have to worry about not having it or going to the store. And that's just like I'm about to say about the tomato sauce. The tomato sauce. So I don't have tomato sauce here. We're making our tomato sauce to go with this. While this is simmering, because we didn't put any herbs or anything in there yet, because I want to wait. Just let that cook a little bit, and then for the magic of TV, but let me cut up I have an onion. I have a tomato, and I have my half an onion. So all I did was cut this in half. That's all I did was this. Put it in half. Yes, it's ready. And I put oil on it. I got it, Janice. I put oil on it, and I put it in the oven. Because this is how easy it is to make tomato sauce. And we think it's so much, but when you go in the stores today, tomato sauce costs $6, $8. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And it's like me being cheap. But you have your blender, and you throw it in the blender. And the key is not to put so much liquid in there where you have a whole lot of liquid, because now you have too much. Okay. I got the rest of my veggie broth that I'm gonna put in here. And you can use a little water as well. But I'm just going to use my broth for now. And I'm going to power that on. And I got spaghetti sauce. Was that easy?
Very.
Easy peasy. I haven't flavored it yet, and I haven't put any seasoning on here because we're still going to season the pot. Everything's going in this pot, and it's not the same color as it is that you see in the store. Because what are they putting in there?
Red.
Oh, I know. But it's not this color, so you're just going to throw that in there. Okay, we don't have a lot of dishes to wash. Okay. Now, we're going to do our seasoning. So I have garlic. And you season to taste because once it boils and, you know, it starts, this when you, I got to stay with the camera. Once it boils, you know, you'll know what you need and what you don't need. But you have your garlic. You have your oregano. And I'm cooking such a small amount, I don't want to put too much in there because you don't want it to be overpowering or overbearing. So I have my Italian seasoning. I have my onion powder. I already put garlic in there. And then this is our secret sauce right here. Fennel seed. Because we do not have Italian sausages in here. But in the Italian sausages, there's fennel seeds, which makes it taste like Italian sausages. Right. So now we're putting that in there. We're putting that in there. So once that boils, it'll come up to a boil or a simmer. And we stir that on up. A can opener. You got a can opener? I'm going to leave it out. I'm going to leave it out.
Let me see. Mike. Surprisingly, I have one in my car. Yeah, I got one in my car. Actually.
You do? You have one with you?
I have a 2 kid.
Yeah, I did a bartending event over the weekend. So.
You did? Okay. That's a good idea to keep it in your car.
We gonna wait for it?
Backseat.
We can wait for it?
Two everything.
Okay.
I do it all.
So we're gonna say that this boiled for 45 minutes.
We're gonna say it.
We're gonna say this boiled for 45 minutes, for the sake of time.
Agreed.
So I have my spinach here, and I'm gonna throw my spinach in there. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. It has not boiled. We have our pasta noodles, which we will be having classes in January for a pasta class. So we'll be making our own pasta instead of buying it because it's much cheaper to buy flour than it is to buy these boxes. So what we're doing is this boiled for a little bit though. It's simmered. So we're just taking these and we're just breaking it up because the pasta has to cook. And I'm just doing a couple of them because it's such a small pot. Hoo-hoo. And we're going to put in our tomato paste. And that's just going to thicken it up a little bit. And I did buy that. And I don't know how to open a can. But it's okay. Uh-oh. I'm so nervous. I'm not. I just dropped it. It's the can. It's the opener.
It's okay.
It's not me. Uh-oh. If he open this.
He been to open it.
I would suggest y'all throw that one away.
Oh, you're kidding, huh?
Yeah, it's a bad can opener. We're going to buy him a can opener for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is a can opener. So anyway, we're gonna take our can paste and we're gonna put it in here. I need a small spoon.
It's really small.
I'm gonna put that in there. And I will put half the can because we did half of everything. Uh-oh. So we let that simmer. Now we let this simmer for 45 minutes.
In a day.
And as it simmers, let me show you what it looks like. Because it's coming. We are coming. We still in one pot. Even though we have dishes from the onions and tomatoes.
That's okay.
But it's okay. But it's okay. It's okay. So now this simmered for 45 minutes. I'm gonna add my spinach in there. And I'm gonna also add my cream. This is the cream that I use. I really love their brands. I love their brands of cheese, and I also love. I like their butters. It's a really nice.
Violet?
This is this is the vegan one.
Get that at the fuel.
Pete's has it. Yeah, Pete's has it.
Just a question, since you're allergic to soy, like what is that?
This does not have soy in it.
So what is it made of?
This was made of coconut.
Oh,
Yeah, it does not have soy in it. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here, and I just want to change the color just a little bit, not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And this is what this looks like. So we're changing the color a little bit. So now because we got that cream from the for lasagna, because lasagna got the little cream in there, but we're not getting that cream. We don't want that one. I need cups. I'll put this. Yeah. You can give me one big one. Yeah, yeah. Just one. And then this is our cheese. We're just gonna throw a little bit of cheese in here. And this cheese melts. Before 6 years ago, when they was really trying to figure it out about the different cheeses, the cheese did not melt. It was really, really bad. So now the cheeses melt. I make my own cheese.
I was about to say, you make some awesome cheese.
I make my own cheese. I did not bring my cheese today, but I did buy this one, which I would use this because a lot of people are not making cheese. So, but this particular brand I really, really like. So if you want a good brand, this one is really nice. And they're not paying me. I hope that they do. Organic Energy, 8259 South Kedzie. But I like their brand. But that's it. So our sour cream, it goes on top. It goes on top of the once it's done and it's cupped. And our little. That's our parsley, and I got a little basil.
Look, basil gives it like a meat type of flavor.
It doesn't give it a meat flavor, but I love basil. The flavor is amazing to me. So I like it. And I'm gonna cut this down a little bit fine, smaller pieces, because this goes right on the top. Don't do that at home, okay? I was executive chef for 10 years for Sodexo. So I got a little skills, just a little teensy bit. But I love my journey. My journey was awesome. So, and I thank Sodexo for that. So it's cooked, but this one is cooked. My scooper. I got a ladle.
There should be ladles in there. Yeah.
That's fine. Once it cooks, this is what it looks like. Let me go to the camera. But I'm gonna throw my basil and my parsley on here, and a little scoop of sour cream. And who's my first victim? And that's it. This is your lasagna soup.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on, get you some of that back. Get you
Give me a spoon.
Get some bread.
Give me a spoon for me.
Garlic bread.
Yeah, let me get you a little spoon. You give her a little piece of bread. I hope everybody enjoy it. I'm sure you will. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Chef. Right.
It tastes healthy. I do.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Reminds me of my favorite.
So you do the dollop after?
Yeah, I do the dollop out. I put the
Food channel on
little bit of this on there, the little mixture.
Okay.
And then the dollop.
Is this one ready to go to or no?
Yeah, that can go. I was.
Garnish on it.
What's, it's another one.
Hey,
Thank you, Janice. I forgot you was here. It's fine. You can just pass it to me.
ooh, money, right.
That's fine, baby. And where was I? In a left. Working.
You trying to make it seem like you that old.
I am.
As you should. I'm learning how to make it real. It's messy.
You can go ahead. You can go
Yeah,
ahead. You can
cut 'em up.
Yeah. I don't know.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Minus.
She can't. Give us some bread.
What, what you eat?
Is that coconut?
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Right.
I owe you. I owe you a
A toast?
toast. I owe you an avocado toast.
Girl, that avocado toast don't weigh nothing. I said, I
And you
I'll
didn't
bring your
even
spoon in
tell
just a
me
second.
what
I'm gonna
you do
dip it in there,
avocado
okay?
toast.
sure did. Had to tell her about the alkaline one.
I tell you the bread.
Yeah, you
Go
got to
ahead.
get it up.
Who?
Oh, mama.
Here we go. I'll hand out napkins in just a second too. And a spoon.
Huh?
Oh my God, they could die for 'em.
That and her sweet potato bowl.
Oh my God.
Thank
You
you.
the friend, you been eating this for long as this.
I don't know.
You know?
She,
Both
she,
like Popeye.
Oh, yeah.
And wait a minute. And
She
didn't
like pepper.
mushrooms.
that's
Didn't like her until she said, that's what you're eating. I'm like, really? Oh my God.
How you gonna tell somebody what they need to use? No. She that bully friend.
I saw it. I heard it. But
That's it,
because
that's
I'm not
it.
a vegan. That's it.
1, 2, 3. I need one more. Or 2 more.
You're not.
No. She just tell me eat healthy.
She just walk up and I just say, eat this.
She does. She does. Remember that potato thing?
I make sure you fed.
She do. You walk in, see some food.
Need one more?
If they open at 9 o'clock, I'll be in there. Look. I have my tea before I go to work.
So what was the question again?
You still alive?
Pasta classes. Okay, so we have people on the live asking how to attend those pasta classes. Would that be on Eventbrite? Would you post
We're
it
gonna
on
we're gonna post it
Instagram?
on Eventbrite and Instagram.
Okay. And then you can always share with us, and we'll share with our people too.
Okay. I
What's
would
the
definitely
max of the class? How many people?
10 people.
10
per
people?
class, yes.
Okay.
10 people
How
per
many
class.
classes are you gonna have?
I'm gonna have for January. I'm only gonna have 1 class for January.
Okay.
Possible 2. It depends on how many people sign up. And
Okay.
then February, definitely in February because it's Valentine's Day, so we're gonna have some red pasta.
Oh, that's cute. That's
Red
fun.
or
That
pink
sounds
pasta.
really fun.
Yeah, so.
Let's do one more.
Don't say my
One more. Yeah.
Don't take your song.
You can use that one. That would be a good one.
What?
That's a good event. The pasta for the loving you. I know.
I'm taking that.
I know. I gave it to you.
I'm having it.
Okay.
You want one? Y'all enjoying it? Because ain't nobody looked up.
Not all the time.
And it doesn't take that long to make. You know, it's real easy. Like I said, one pot. You don't have to make your pot. You don't have to make your
No, it's sick.
your tomato sauce if you don't want to. You know, that's up to
That's the
you.
one more.
That's the one more? Perfect. That one is mine.
Dion, did you
How-
get one?
Yes. What is the everyone's feedback? Tastes great? Well, you like the bread, right? But everybody else?
Very fat. I like it too.
Can you make me one?
Awesome, awesome. All right, folks. We are going to transition into the next chef. So give us a couple minutes. We'll be right back.
Great job, Chef.
Woo!
Great job.
I'm sorry, I messed up so many times.
Girl, that is perfect.
God dog it.
Welcome back, viewers. Today is going to be our debut of one of our 6.0 cohort members and also a participant of the Foodlab incubator. Want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Amira. I am originally from the South Suburbs of Chicago. I have been in the baking industry for about 15 years now. Been in business for myself a little over a year and a half. So my business is My Guilty Pleasure, where we specialize in gourmet vegan desserts. We do wholesaling, private catering, corporate catering, events, festivals, different things like that.
Fantastic. I had the pleasure of trying some of her pastries for events that we've ordered from her, and then also a little bit through the incubator. We did got some samples.
Yeah.
So you want to explain your experience through the incubator?
Yeah, I've loved it so far. It's been tremendously helpful. The amount of things that I've been able to get done for my business within a short amount of time has been great. A lot of stuff that I needed to work on and I was able to get assistance with. And it's just helpful when you have a mentor or somebody that can actually work with you that knows what they're doing in the industry. So it's been really great and helpful.
Yes. Big shout out to John Handler. He helps a lot with this. He's the other half of the incubator. Me and him kind of tag teaming this together. And so it's a lot of work. So what she says that, knowing the industry and knowing your numbers and working through all that stuff, you can learn all of this, but if you don't apply any of this, you don't really make those big strides as a business owner or as an entrepreneur. So kudos to you because you're one of our top students.
Thank you.
Working with you. So there's no way you get this progress that you have without taking the mentorship and applying it into your business. So I won't take up much more of your time. I just have one last question. What do we have on the menu today?
So I will be making a maple sweet potato cake with a maple cream cheese frosting. So I don't give out my recipes. So I made something exclusively just for this, for you guys to be able to have a recipe. I am selfish with my recipes right now. Especially with being vegan, like I've created a lot of the stuff that I make. So you're not gonna be able to just go look up the things that I make. So that's why I'm pretty tight with my recipes. But y'all got today's. So that's what we have on the menu for today. Thank you, thank you. So I'm gonna start off with our mission statement at My Guilty Pleasure. So our mission is to elevate the dessert experience by blending innovative and quality, offering a sweet alternative that leaves a lasting impression. At My Guilty Pleasure, we specialize in creating a memorable, elevated experience. We hit all the senses by providing desserts that are beautifully decorated, smells mouth-watering, soft to the touch, and ultimately hitting the taste buds with a fresh, delicious flavor. So we got y'all over here. So a little bit about me and my background. So I have been in the culinary industry, like I said, for about 15 years. My industry is halfway between culinary and health and fitness. So I've been in the health and fitness industry just as long as I've been in the culinary industry. Both industries I've worked my way up throughout. So I've done like personal training, group fitness. I've gone to school for health and fitness. And then as far as culinary, I've been in the cooking scene, pastry chef, head pastry chef. So if you think of it, I probably have done it. And so I decided to open up my guilty pleasure because I went vegan about 8 years ago. And with that, I was making everything, like regular desserts, but it was just too contradicting with my own personal values. And so especially like you really don't find too many vegan desserts or good vegan desserts. I feel like a lot of stuff you try is like chalky or thick or it ain't right. So I decided to take on the challenge of turning everything that I make vegan. So that's how I got into my guilty pleasure, and that's pretty much how my guilty pleasure was born. So the name also plays off of the guilties that we have in life, so our little vices. So it might be eating, it might be working out, listening to music. We all have a vice. But in my guilty pleasure, you don't have to feel guilty because it's vegan and it's good. So although it is still desserts, it is a healthier alternative to what you would normally eat. So we don't have that dairy in there. We don't have the milk and the eggs and the butter that's going to build up that mucus. So I do like to tell people, like, yes, it's vegan, so it is a healthy alternative, but it is desserts as well. So you should still be conscious. And because of that, I've also created a healthier line. Because myself, I'm into health and fitness. I like to work out, so I don't really eat a lot of sweets myself. So I've decided to make a healthier line. So I have like granola bars, protein bites, raspberry O bars, different things like that, so that you can still have that sweet treat without compromising your like calories and different things like that if you are on the health and fitness side of things. So that's how I pretty much do my menu. My inspiration comes from multiple sources. Just stuff that I made beforehand that I turned vegan, recipes from my mom, my grandma, my great-grandma. Sometimes I'll find a new recipe online and then make it my own. But every recipe that I have, I've somehow tweaked to make it custom to me and what I like and what I want to provide to my customers. So in my guilty pleasure, we do bake with love. Everything is made from scratch. We try to use the highest quality ingredients that I can get my hands on. I try to use fresh produce, and I also try to keep my menus in season. So I do a lot of farmers markets during the summer, so I try to get my produce from the farmers. During the wintertime, of course, it's a little bit harder, so I do have to go to the grocery store. But even still, we do try to use the highest quality ingredients that I can get my hands on at the moment. And I would like to, as the business continues to grow and expand, to get even more specific about where I get my ingredients from or just make it myself. So like I said, we make everything from scratch. Everything is high quality. Due to us valuing quality over quantity, we do have a rotating menu. So I have a fall menu, I have a spring menu, I have a Valentine's menu, and then I have a year-round menu with my #1 sellers. So my #1 sellers are my lemon blueberry cake, caramel apple pie, apple tart, and vanilla pound cake. So those you can get year-round. Everything else either is going to be on the spring-summer menu or on the fall holiday menu, just because we really try to get those ingredients as fresh as possible. So here at My Guilty Pleasure, I am the team. I do everything. I do the marketing, the accounting, the social media. So if you are looking for somebody to get in contact with, it's going to be me. I take care of the events. I just had a really big event a few months ago with like an estimated 14,000 people. That is the biggest event I've ever done so far. And I've only been in business for about a little over a year and a half now. So I started off with like 30 people. I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot. And then like 2,000, then 7, then 14. So I'm definitely really trying to grow everything and cater to the healthy alternative. I really want to start getting more into the community and start helping the community with these healthy alternatives, especially for our community, because we really don't have that type of assistance and help or even knowledge that this is a healthier lifestyle. Don't get mad at me, but I was with my family last night and I was just looking at, the stuff that we're eating, and it's not good for us. So, they had the meat, they had the steak, the chicken, the pork chops, the spaghetti. And even though I'm there, they know like, okay, we can still eat what we want to eat, but I really want to help our community because I want my parents to live a long time. I want my grandparents to live a long time. I want everybody in my family to live a long, healthy life. And a lot of us don't even know that we have those healthier options out there. So I really want to like help not only my family, but the community as well. So that's a little bit about me and my spiel. So we're gonna get started on the cake. So for the maple sweet potato cake, I pre-prepped my ingredients. So this is everything I make. I try to keep it pretty simple for the most part. Some stuff is like more complicated, but for this recipe, we have cane brown sugar. I normally make it myself with the regular sugar and molasses. You can also buy it already ready.
That really works.
What? The cane sugar and molasses?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ratio that you want to think about is 1 cup of sugar to 1 tablespoon of molasses. It's how the ratio will work. So if you have 2 cups, it's 2 tablespoons. You can definitely make it yourself. You just mix it up together until all of that molasses is broken down, and you'll have brown sugar.
With you being vegan, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
Are the molasses that you're using, is there a certain type of molasses, or does it have to be a vegan type of molasses?
I use pure, I've never heard of any other type of molasses, but I just use pure unsulfured molasses. Is usually what I buy. I've bought 2 different brands. I usually like, I think it's the Mom's, like Mom's Grandma or something like that brand. And then there's like another brand that I use too. And then even with the cane sugar, you want to be careful because a lot of sugars aren't vegan.
Right.
So your typical table sugar is not going to be vegan. So you, even with your cane sugars, you have to be careful. So I'm pretty specific about which ones I use. So I'll look up whichever sugar that I'm deciding to use to make sure that it is vegan.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay. So my question is,
Yes.
can you make like, I guess the desserts that you make like with just like, I know like cane sugar is like a natural sweetener, but like just like without sugar, like honey,
Yeah,
stuff like
so
that.
the sweeteners that I typically use are going to be cane sugar, organic powdered sugar, maple syrup, agave, coconut sugar, and it's one more, date. Either date sugar or date syrup. So those are typically my sweeteners. I don't make anything sugar-free though. Everything that I make, so even like my granola bars, I make my own caramel for that, and that has coconut sugar in it as a sweetener for that.
Gotcha.
So I do still try to use those healthier alternatives as well.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So after the cane sugar, you're gonna add your sweet potato. So I mashed up my own sweet potato. So you can cook it the day before, day of. It doesn't really matter. You can peel it before you boil it, peel it, whatever really works, you know, the easiest for you. So then we're gonna add that. And you can also use, like, if you like pumpkin, you can use pumpkin, you can use sweet potato. Don't do that. I just want to put it out there. Yes.
How you got the, how did you get the sweet potatoes without the strings?
So I blended it really good.
Yeah, so you did a puree with it?
Yeah, so I put it in a food processor to get it that smooth. You can, if you have a blender, you can use a blender. Sometimes I'm lazy and I just use my mixer. Like I'll put it in a mixer and I'll let it go until it gets like this consistency. Yeah, so whatever you have, I mean, like use what you got. And so then in this one we have avocado oil, maple syrup, and vanilla, I think is what's in here. It's on the recipe. So then you're just gonna add that to this. So normally I do this in my KitchenAid. So if it's in the KitchenAid, I usually put it in there and then I whisk it a little bit because the paddle attachment isn't really gonna get it that good. You don't want it like spilling out everywhere.
You use avocado oil for a lot of your baking goods.
Yes.
Is that one of your main oils?
Avocado oil, yes. That is pretty much solely, I'll use grapeseed oil and I will use coconut oil. Are my other oils. The coconut oil is mostly for like my granola bars or protein bites or things like that for that healthy alternative. And then grapeseed oil, I'll typically use that for like my muffins or my croissants. You okay? Or different things like that. But for the most part, I like the avocado oil. And then for our dry ingredients, there is going to be flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt.
What type of salt?
Kosher, just your regular kosher salt. So different things, either I use like the fine ground table salt or I'll use like the thick coarse sea salt depending on what I'm making. And then in here I have my spice mix. So I have some pumpkin spice, some cinnamon, some nutmeg. I think that's all that's in there too.
That's all pumpkin we're gonna use.
See, pumpkin spice is just regular spices. So let me make sure. So we got the flour, our brown sugar, baking soda, baking powder, salt, pumpkin pie spice, sweet potato puree, oil, water, and maple syrup are the ingredients that's in this one. I just wanted to make sure I told y'all the right thing. So then after that, I usually whisk my dry first before I put it into the wet. So you just want to whisk that real good so you get all the clumps out of it. You can also sift it, but I be lazy sometimes and I don't be feeling like dealing with no sifter. So whisking is your next best option. So then after that, then you just want to whisk your wet. So if you was using your KitchenAid mixer, all of this will go into your KitchenAid first. And I will whisk it, and then I will add my paddle attachment. So you want to whisk that until everything is nice and combined. You don't see any lumps. There's no big sugar clumps in there. The sweet potato is mixed in completely. Or pumpkin, if that's your if that's your prerogative. And then we're just gonna add the dry to the wet.
Not even in October.
So then we're just gonna fold that or mix it together. And you just wanna mix it until you no longer see any lumps. And then you're gonna bake it in the oven on 350 or 325 if your oven runs high. So like for me, when I bake at the commercial kitchen that I rent out, that one runs. So I work out of a commercial kitchen in Hebron, Indiana. So I live in Indiana. So everything I do is based out of Indiana. So I work throughout the Northwest Indiana area, Chicago, and the South suburbs. So you'll find me in all three areas. But the kitchen that I rent is in Indiana.
Understood.
What ingredient usually substitutes eggs?
You have multiple options. My favorite option, I'm making a mess. My favorite option is flaxseed, to make a flaxseed egg. So it's just flaxseed and water. Oh, don't ask me the ratio. It's like, yeah, to like a quarter cup of water or something like that. I think it's like a 2-to-1 ratio or something. Yeah.
What about applesauce?
You can use applesauce. You can use bananas. I don't like using bananas because I don't like bananas, like the flavor of bananas like that. But a lot of people do use bananas. You can use a flax egg. They also have egg replacers. I don't use egg replacers because, like I said, I try to keep all my ingredients like very clean and very straightforward. So that's why I like the flax egg. And I use it in my cakes and cookies. And I know people say like it don't work in certain stuff, but I've never really ran into an issue with it. So then you're just gonna grab whatever cake pan you're gonna use, add a piece of parchment paper to it. And then, like I said, you're gonna bake it on 350 or 325 for about an hour. And you wanna rotate it in the oven about halfway through to make sure it cooks evenly. or until like you put a toothpick in the middle and it comes out clean. So then I'm just gonna add my parchment paper to the pan. And then I add my cake batter. And normally I use a smaller pan, but I wanted to use a bigger one today just for visual, so you can see it a little better. So this will typically go into like a 9 by 13 pan. Or you can turn it into a 3-layer cake if you wanted to as well. It's really whatever you want to do. Like people think that baking is so like stringent and like you gotta follow this exact way, or I mean some stuff, yeah, but not everything. It's not that, it ain't that serious. Do whatever works for you. So then after I kind of spread it out evenly, then I will go ahead and put that in the oven. And then that's your maple sweet potato cake. And once you're done, this is what it's gonna look like. Ignore my corner. I had to taste test before I brought it today. So this is what it's gonna come out like once you're done baking it. Oh yeah, my bad. So that's what it's gonna look like.
That's not pumpkin.
No, it ain't pumpkin. I wouldn't do that to y'all. I knew who I was cooking for today. So then for the maple cream cheese frosting, you're gonna use butter, plant butter, and then plant cream cheese. You can leave the cream cheese out if you want to. It's not like necessary. You can use just the butter. It's really up to you.
Where do you find plant cream cheese?
You can find it at Jewel's. You can find it at Walmart. I live in Indiana, so I go to Strax a lot. But I think they do have it at Walmart. Okay. Walmart has it. I prefer Country Crockett and Miyoko's are my favorite brands for the butter. Daya.
I love Country Crock.
I don't like Daya. Daya ain't good. Don't sue me. I'm not a fan of Daya cheese or butter. But I like the Country Crockett because you can melt it and it still resembles like regular butter. Like it works like regular butter. It tastes like it. Like I had my grandma taste something the other day and she was like, this tastes like butter. And I said, Grandma, that's vegan butter. Thank you. So after you add your cream cheese and your butter, you're gonna blend it. I'm gonna do it over here because it's not gonna reach. So you just wanna blend it until it's nice and smooth. So usually about 5 minutes, but I'm not gonna do it that long today. So you would just blend it until it's smooth. So for about, like I said, 5 minutes, I would blend this for typically. And like I said, normally I'll have my KitchenAid and I would just throw it in the KitchenAid, let it go while I'm doing something else. So when I do anything that is icing, buttercream, anything like that related, I do a 50, I wouldn't say a 50-50 ratio. I guess it's like a 1-1-1 ratio. So I'll do my sugar and then my liquid, and then my sugar and then my liquid. And I always end with my dry, which would be my sugar. So I'm gonna add it to the bowl. Same thing, you wanna whisk it just like you do with all your other dry ingredients, just to make sure there's not any lumps or clumps or anything in there, because sometimes it will show up in your icing. So I'll give that a nice whisk. So I'll add about a third. So you're gonna mix it. It's still gonna be a little clumpy at first, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. So then I add about half of my liquid, which is gonna be my maple syrup for today. And then I mix that again. So this is a good thing that I want you guys to see. So this is why I always end with my dry. So you see how it's looking like runny right now? Like that's not gonna hold up. That's why you wanna start and end with your sugar. So then I'm gonna add another third. And then you'll see that it's like back thick again, just from adding that sugar to it. So then you add the rest of your maple syrup.
Now, I know vegans are very particular. Did you tap the tree for that?
They better go tap the tree and bring it to me. No, I did not. I did not go to Canada and tap a maple tree and fly back. But I do know like a lot of vegans, they don't or do honey like as an alternative because technically it's a byproduct of an animal. So I don't have any honey in any of my products. And then you're just gonna add, so I'm gonna actually scrape my bowl first before I put in my last amount of powdered sugar, just to make sure I got all that butter, that cheese, anything that may be stuck on the sides mixed in before we give it our final blend. So you're gonna add the rest of your sugar and do the same thing. I feel real old school like my grandma right now with this little hand mixer. I stole this from my mom because I just got my KitchenAid. So then this is going to be your final product. So once it's done, you can see how thick that is. If I would have ended with the maple syrup, it wouldn't be as thick as it is right now, just because you ended with that liquid. I don't know what it is. That is one of those like baking things that you kind of should follow. So then I'm going to add it to my cake. So for my recipe today, I actually doubled it because this cake is bigger than normal. But in the recipe, it's just the one time for the one-time cake. And then after that, you're just gonna spread it across your cake.
Now, you can eat this cake without the frosting.
Yeah, we only gonna go to here for the frosting because I know you can't have no coconut. I got you. I want you to be able to eat today. There's also not any soy in this either. So I used Violife for my cream cheese. I like Violife for the cream cheese alternative. Also Miyoko's is the other cream cheese alternative that I like. And with the Violife, I don't think they do soy. Do they? No. Yeah, so that's why I did that one. But the Country Crockett butter, that does have soy in it. But that's about the only soy products that I'll have is the butter. But eventually I'm gonna be making my own, so that's not gonna be an issue either. I'm gonna make everything myself. Cream cheese, butter, my milk. I just ain't got there yet. But it's coming. So then that's pretty much it. And that's gonna be your final product. You could drizzle like a little maple on top, a little cinnamon. Really make it your own. Like there's no exact way or perfect way to do it. And then that's it. So we're gonna cut this up for you guys.
For the audience on Facebook.
Oh, my bad. I keep forgetting about y'all. So that's gonna be your maple sweet potato cake with your maple cream cheese frosting.
All right, Chef.
Thank you, thank you.
Slid right on up out of there.
What? You see how the Lord is my favorite part?
What you say? The devil is a liar. Yeah.
Okay, make sure we cut yours first before we do the coconut.
So nice and ooh.
I know, right? That look creamy and. Well, look at tiny. She said, I'm not missing out on this.
Man, listen, I'm telling you, Tanya, like, I miss y'all. That's what she said. I miss y'all. 'Cause we used to have some fun on Monday.
She tried my protein bites, and she really liked them. She's tried my protein bites.
Really?
Tanya, yeah, it's one of her favorites.
This one or this one?
The smaller one.
Tanya with, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna do hers first without the ice.
Yeah, there goes.
Do we have forks?
Yeah, that one. This is booty treats right here. She just nothing with no
No coconut cheese, no coconut.
Oh, it smells so good.
What
Thank
smell?
you.
Pumpkin or
It ain't no pumpkin today.
Pumpkin or sweet
She's trying to fool us.
Ooh, and we flipped over.
Guess what they gonna eat?
Gonna lick the plate.
I know, right?
Is that enough?
Okay, so put our frosting, raise your hand.
No frosting is me. Thank you so much. Frosting?
Of course, I'll take that. Thank you.
It's not sour.
Thank you.
She said, like, stuff.
Okay, yes, this is sweet potato.
Thank you for confirming.
Sweet potato.
Need more?
This was a vegan food.
Yeah.
You appreciate that. The meat is enough.
Frosted or no frosted, Dion?
Let me give me frosting.
Mm-hmm. Or coffee. My dad likes to do a lot of it with his coffee. He loves having the stuff with his coffee.
Have you ever tried butter? That's pen in my bag.
I tried to make a sweet potato pie with a purple sweet potato.
Yeah.
And it was good, but I'm gonna have to work on that one. But it was good.
Is that how they pronounce it?
The Chinese purple sweet potato. Cause I had some, and I'm like, I'm curious how a sweet potato pie would turn out with it. So it was just that purple sweet potatoes are a little bit thicker. than like your regular. So I think I need to add like more liquid, a little bit less flour, because when the cake came out a little bit too thick because different consistency in the sweet potatoes. But it was good.
Okay.
It was different.
That's interesting. This sweet potato, like, it gives me a carrot cake vibe. It gives me a carrot cake vibe. Just so you can put that on your recipe.
Okay.
Sweet potato carrot cake. Just throw that out there.
I like it. My carrot cake is probably one of my top fall sellers. With cream cheese, with the cream cheese icing. Yeah, that one and my double chocolate caramel cake people love in the fall.
We can stay for that one.
Yeah, I tried that purple sweet potato too, and it just gave me a heck, and I stopped.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know, it didn't come out well.
No, I love purple sweet potato, and so does my dog. Like, I was trying to make the sweet potato, and he was like sitting there looking at me. I'm like, this ain't for you.
You had a question?
Yeah, so I got a question. What
Yes.
was the first dessert that you feel like you mastered?
My lemon blueberry cake.
Okay.
And that is her
lemon
my
blueberry.
favorite dish that she makes. Oh
It's my
God.
number one seller. Once I got the lemon curd down for that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Yes, that's probably my number one perfected. That and my double chocolate caramel cake.
Is the double chocolate caramel cake, is that soy free?
No, because I use the butter in the caramel. Not in the cake though. So if I didn't use the butter in the caramel, then yeah, it would be soy free. The only thing that I have that's soy is the butter. And it's only, it's in some of the stuff, like not even all my cake recipes do I even use butter. I really just use like the avocado oil.
I was gonna say, yeah. How do you, well, like she was saying, how do you substitute that? Like, you know how we make our caramel from scratch? With that butter, would you have to go to the butter substitute that you just taught us about?
So you can, before I started using the butter, and I went to the butter just because I liked it better, I actually used the vegetable shortening. You find it at Whole Foods. It's like in the blue and white container. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
You're not talking about Crisco.
No.
We're definitely not talking about Crisco. Definitely not.
No. It's in a white container with a blue top. And I use vegetable shortening instead of the butter for my caramel. But I just went to the butter because I use it more frequently. Like the vegetable shortening, I don't use that as frequently. So it sits there longer. And I don't like wasting ingredients or wasting product. So that's why I switched over to the butter and the caramel. But the vegetable shortening worked just as fine. Actually, the original recipe called for the vegetable shortening. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name. It's like P something. It ain't Crisco.
It's in a blue container.
No. White, it's a white container with blue label.
That's what my grandmama used for my hair. Well, you know, I used to. So I used to put everything in there.
She remembered that. You know what you're talking about?
Right there, you go. Stay right there. Southern one. You gotta get the edge right. It's like,
Glue it down.
Thank you. I was trying to figure out how to tie the flavors together.
You can put nuts in it.
It's missing something.
You could put nuts, you could put pecans. What? We got plenty.
Can I get another slice for you?
Yeah.
right over there.
Where did I put the?
I said,
Because this is an original recipe, so we're the only ones that ever tried it.
Yeah.
Is this something you'd put on the menu?
Yeah, I would.
That's really good.
Totally, chef, totally. It's good without and with.
Okay.
Yeah, but
another slice.
Another slice.
Yeah.
The way you said it, I was like, this is
All right, guys.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Chef. Chef Parks. You gonna make your way?
Bikini bread? Do you make bikini bread?
Thank you.
No, she got up. Take her time to get up.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. Okay. The rest of my mess out the way.
Right now.
Okay.
It really was.
Thank you,
It really was.
thank
Both
you.
of the dishes were very delicious. Oh, let's
Oh, this one.
get you in the cut. All right, guys. Want to thank all the viewers on Facebook, all of the attendees here and here with us.
Thank you, thank
Give the
you.
chefs a round of applause for such a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look forward to future partnerships with both of these chefs. One in the cohort 6.0 and one continuous collaboration with Inorganic G. I'm excited to hopefully be doing more of these coming the next year, probably more podcast style, private events, live streaming, things like that. So look forward to that, things in that nature. But just want to sign off and say thank you for all the viewers and have a happy holidays.
Thank you.
The Healthy Hub as well.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Healthy Hub, Auburn Gresham. Eric, want to make your way in? So countless emails, text messages. This guy helped me work through all of it. Hey, we're moving the date to next month. All of the last minute. We couldn't have done it without our partners here at the Auburn Gresham Healthy Hub. You want to tell a little bit about Auburn Gresham Healthy Hub?
Well, thank you for using Bear's Teaching Kitchen here in Greater Auburn Gresham neighborhood at the Auburn Gresham Healthy Lifestyle Hub. Stay tuned for more to come.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, y'all.
Thank you, Jeff.